Sir Sweet Jones, know what I'm saying? Young Pimp C representing that UGK reps. I'm out here with Hezeleo, know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A real homie. PA is fine. Know what I'm saying? Block Star, Volume 1, the mixtape, and it's going down. Broken glass and dope fiends. That was the people from my room, hustlers drinking mouth liquor on the Monday afternoon. My profiles, they all hustle through a throttle. That pedal to the metal, and soon I'd follow. I'm out on the block trying to get rich. I learned from the G's not to take no shit. Stack my grip and put away my chips. And be ready for the haters, cause they gon' drip. Now with all that said, became a grinder, all in jail, deep in these streets, trying to bust all this. My name started ringing, my clothes started changing. See, I just never came up, you know what that came with. Attention from the laws and got jacked by the bras. Poppin' bitches, poppin' niggas, surrounding my car. Not to do me no harm, they wanna see who I are. I'm your neighborhood killer, baby. A black star, a black star. There's something like a rock star. Handling the block, got a drop by the bras. Handling the rocks, got them all the tight cars.
Hanging on the block.
Got them known by the bras.
A block star.
There's something like a rock star. Handling the block, got them jacked by the bras. Handling the rocks, got them all the tight cars. And hanging on the block, got them known by the bras.
Yeah, what it is, say, man. It's your boy Hezeleo tapping in live from the cockpit. You know what I mean? I'm talking about live from the cockpit where it's good at. In the house of the grind. Yeah, I'm in the house of the grind and it's going down. I'm talking about I got me a beautiful load that make hella sense. Let me tell you why. I like them loads that be the equivalent of doing 2 loads. You see what I'm saying? Let me say that again. I like the type of loads that's the equivalent of doing 2 loads. And that's what I'm up against. I'm doing 1 that's the equivalent of 2. And what really make this one really, really swell, come on, man. What really make it really, really swell is floor loaded. What that means is the content that I'm delivering is not sitting on pallets. It's floor loaded, meaning from front to back, top to bottom, and side to side. Got front, back, and side to side. Got front, back, and side to side. Got front and back, and side to side. Never let hoe ass niggas ride. Yeah, so that means it's fully loaded from top to bottom, front to back, and side to side. And all the content is on the floor in boxes. Now, if I had an important appointment to make after this, I would be a little disgruntled because it's gonna take them boys a while to get this here shit. But because I got here on time and the clock is ticking, that means that not only will I make the paper off of the load paying like 2 loads, but I'll also make the paper off the detention. You understand? You follow? Yeah. But you know I got that fruit basket. I got that fruit basket. Oh, yeah. And I did something different. And I'm beginning to learn that you don't want to keep your fruit moist. You want to keep your fruit kind of dry. Because if you keep it kind of moist in that plastic bag like I've been keeping it, it began to deteriorate. Your fruit began to deteriorate. So I've been packing my lunch in the brown paper bag. Come on, man. Let's go. I've been putting my lunch in the brown paper bag. I got a couple apples in there. I got some peaches in there. I got some oranges and some bananas. And don't think I'm bullshitting like I got a whole plate lunch. Nope. Guess what I got? Another fruit basket. Oh yeah, cut. I got a whole nother fruit basket. But that's not what we came to talk about. What we came to talk about is the jealousy. Mm, mm, mm. Damn, girl. I see you. Now, this is off the subject. I'm starting to see a whole lot of foreign girls built like black girls. What is they eating? I'm starting to see a whole lot of white girl, Mexican girl, all kind of girls with the silhouette of a sister. What is they putting in the Texas wall? If I show you this woman right here, you would be like, oh, that got to be a sister. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm stalking like a motherfucker. Nah. Oh, them grape good. Them grape good. Yeah. But that's either here nor there. What are they feeding the queens, the foreign queens these days, to be built like stark raven, buck fine sisters? I don't know. Somebody tell me that. What they putting in a Texas spring water. But what we're talking about today, Texas Flanagan, what it is. Bang, yeah, man, that paper stacking. Hey, also, be on the lookout, man. I got the new record, man. Hey, who that is? Big Munchie Mike, top of the morning, man. Been a long time, man. Been a long time, man. Yeah, you ought to be glad I got me a good woman, boy. Look, you ought to be glad I got me a good woman, because that big fine motherfucker right there, boy, I'll run up on her bitch ass ears and pop them peas on. I'll run up on her bitch ass right now as is and pop them peas on. But I ain't gonna bullshit. I got a good woman. Do anything I tell her like 3-2 Ella. So I'm gonna cut the shit. Yeah. But what I'm talking about today, brothers, listen. This is the red game. You understand? There's a dichotomy and a diversity of the university of the ramification during the null and void. Yeah. I just wanted to say that. I don't know what the fuck it means. But nah, man, it's a how could I say? It's two sides to the coin. There's a side of the coin where parents being good parents, and hopefully, fortunately, some of you guys were able to grow up with a two-parent household. I said one, like, I don't know, because maybe that's mine. You know, you didn't grow up in a single family household. And what that did for you, if you had good parents, a good mother and a good father, that made you complete. That made you physically complete, emotionally complete. And if they taught you anything about spirituality, spiritually complete. You got maybe being nurtured, maybe being compassionate, maybe being loving and learning how to clean up maybe from your mom. I'm just guessing. You got all these good qualities, maybe learning how to cook, learning how to clean from your mom. But then you got these values and morals and standards and these ethics and these skills, learning how to work outside, cut the grass, trim trees, paint houses, do roofing, patch the roof, do a little plumbing, whatever skill that your father possessed, a good man will hand that down to his son. We're talking about a man child. We're not talking about girls, because I'm only speaking from what I know. Now, I also know that some girls were taught these qualities also. I know a lot of women these days that know how to use a wrench. They handy with a wrench, and they know how to do uh, plumbing and carpentry. So I'm not knocking the women for that, but I'm just speaking in particular of a man child. So you take a boy, for example, who's had both parents. Now, both parents love their child. So what they're doing is they're going to pour into him everything they want to see come out of him. And they want to see it even grow even bigger and better because he has his own life and his own personality. So they're going to pour into him all this goodness. So that makes him complete. Your parents are your first teachers. Your parents are your first teachers. Yeah, she ought to be glad I'm good. She ought to be glad I'm good. Because she finding a motherfucker, goddamn. Come on, man. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Ooh. Oh, goddamn, I'm sorry. Yeah. Motherfucking belly was sticking up like a motherfucker. I'll land there. But now, see, your parents are your first teachers. And they're going to teach you some great things if you got great parents. But what your parents don't anticipate is what they're doing for you is what they know to do for you. They're not doing nothing brand new. They're not trying to compete with nobody. They just doing what they were supposed to be doing, which was pouring into you. Now, here's where that get tricky. Here's where that get a little tricky. It's cool to rock around, get right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, here's where it get tricky. While they doing that, they're making you my bad, just had to tighten up a little bit. Just had to tighten up a little bit. Yeah, woman, you need to come clean my truck. Shit. Goddamn. Maybe I wouldn't be looking at this woman over here if you would be in here soaping and cleaning up my truck. Nah. So basically what they're not anticipating is by raising you, giving you all these morals and standards and making you a complete individual, they are making you into a super being. Because once you step outside the household, unfortunately, man, you got to see this woman. Nah, you can't. You can't see her little thick ass. I'm gonna let you can look. Nah, nah, goddamn little bitch. Get on, little bitch. You distracted me. Shake that ass. Watch yourself. Shake that ass. Show them what you're working with. Ooh, that motherfucker fine and a motherfucker. Come on, like, yeah. Hey, I bet you if I would have walked over there, it be looking like a dog in the face. That's how it be. That's how it be. You get close up on the motherfucker, see a little away from a distance, be looking like the baddest motherfucker in the world. You get up on them, whole face look like a motherfucking piece of real. Now, so when you walk out the house, you know, you met with the diversity of other kids that don't have the makeup like you have. You know, it's a lot of different things going on in the household. So you might go to where the majority, I've never been in a neighborhood, and maybe you have. Let me know if you have. I've never been in a neighborhood where the majority of the kids had two-parent households. The neighborhoods I've been in growing up, the majority of the children had single-parent households. So what was uncommon was seeing a kid who said, my mother and my dad said this, my dad said this, or my dad said that. That was foreign to us. We only know of a few people like that. Most of us was bastards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bastard. Yeah, pastor. Most of us was bastards. Yeah. So when a nigga come outside and say, my daddy say I can't woo woo woo, I be like, what, nigga? Fuck your daddy, nigga. Not understanding that his daddy is his dichotomy, is his king, is his, you know what I'm saying, the standard of who he gonna be when he grow up, because he got a good father. Something I didn't have that I wish I had, but I ain't understand what it was to have one or miss one. I was lost. You see what I'm saying? So when you got a good father, you know what I mean? You move different. Your confidence different. Everything about you different. Like I might not know how to put the chain on my bike because my mama couldn't come outside and teach me that. And then the peers I had, them little bastards didn't know it. So when a little boy come outside who know how to turn the wrench, he got his own tool bag. Yeah, the little boy come outside who know how to turn the wrench, he got his own tool bag. And he come out there and he flip the bike upside down and he fuck around, take the chain and knock some links out that bitch and reconnect that bitch and put some clamping iron on that bitch. Put that Texas hammer on that bitch. Then put some all on that bitch, all the sprocket and hey man, then tighten up the goddamn. Pay the nigga a whole motherfucking mechanic round this bitch. And the nigga slap that chain on. You damn near look at that nigga with admiration. You look at that nigga like, is you my dad? Nah, but the nigga the same age with you, but he had a dad that's a mechanic and a carpenter and just a plain good man that taught him some things. So he's advanced when he come outside. You are at a disadvantage when you come outside with that single parent household, haven't learned shit, don't know shit, picking up your mama ways. It ain't your fault though. I'm here to tell you, I'm not coming down on you. It ain't your fault, but I'm trying to show you the dichotomy and the difference between the advantage and the disadvantage of being raised in a single parent household who's struggling like a motherfucker because these days, hey man, shit is hard as camel nuts. It take two to win. It take two to really win and play. One struggling in the motherfucker. That's something people ain't gonna tell you about nor talk about. Quit badgering, hey, and this for children. Quit badgering your mama to get you everything you think she should get you because, hey, she doing that shit by herself, man, and that shit hard, especially when they got them deadbeat ass, pussy ass daddies who is alive and who is come dropping in buckets, having other babies and not taking care of now, sap sucking some more bitch. You see what I'm saying? Now it's stuck on that woman to go through that there by herself. Now, some of y'all can relate. Now, some of y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because this lifestyle was never presented to you. Now, back to the kid that come outside that's complete. Why do I say having a good father and mother breed jealousy? I'm going to tell you why. Power on. Bitch, don't interrupt me. Shit, I'm at work. I bring home the bacon. Yeah. So when you got the two parents that instill some good qualities into the individual, now he goes to school and he's not sporadic. He know if he do some fuck shit, not the principal gonna kick his ass. His daddy gonna kick his ass. So his demeanor is more poised. He's more respectable. He raises his hands and he addressed the teacher as Miss Such and Such. May I this and that? May I this and that? Now you old broken moral having ass, mama gonna slap the fuck out you like you a bitch. Or she ain't gonna do your shit but cuss you out because she got a mouth on her. And you ain't got no discipline at home. So instead of you raise your hand, you just jump your bitch ass out the chair and go sharpen your pencil. And then when the teacher tell you, you didn't ask to, sharpen your pencil. Now you talking about bitch. Don't tell me because you acting like your mama. You fussing with a bitch. You did. Now you back there fussing with the bitch. Bitch, don't tell me about sharpen my pencil. Bitch, I'll stab you. You know what I'm saying? And now you acting out like your mama. But little homie who, raised by his daddy, he, Mrs. Such and Such, man, I sharpen my pencil, and she give him a whole different response. Yes, you can, Andre. And he gets up, he got his shirt tucked in, and he moving different. You don't understand him. You ready to criticize him. You don't know what you're looking at. He a faggot. You see what I'm saying? There you go. Now you coming up with some shit. Now you just making up some shit. He a punk. Why? Because you don't understand what you're looking at. You so used to you and your other bastards moving like, chickens with their fucking head cut off. You don't understand when you see somebody who's been, somebody who's been properly raised, somebody who's been love poured into instructions, who's been given proper instructions on how to conduct themselves and will be disciplined if they didn't carry themselves that way. So here we go. Now we got the pendulum swinging here and there, and now we get this what we call this jealousy and this envy and this hate because you don't understand what you're looking at. So because your mama could only afford a couple outfits for you and a couple outfits for your siblings. Now you got to go to school with the lack thereof. Now you got to go to school with the hand-me-down. You got to go to school with the donation station, the Christian Center, then bless y'all game. So you couldn't go get what you want. You could only go get what they had available. So now you looking fucked up. And you mad. And you ain't getting no good breakfast. You ain't getting no good breakfast. You got on donation station clothes, and you going to school with a whole chip on your shoulder. You mad? You ain't got no motherfucking daddy. You don't know shit. You don't know how to unclog a toilet. You don't know how to do a motherfucking thing. You don't even know what a PVC pipe is. So you going to school and you don't even know it. You harboring hate because you mad in the motherfucker because you got one piece of toast, half a piece of toast with some butter on it and some sugar. And you told your mama you was still hungry and she slapped the piss out your bitch ass. You coming to school with slob all on the side of your mouth, half-ass retarded, ain't got no motherfucking information about a motherfucking thing. And you see this little kid who neat in the bitch, got his motherfucking shirt tucked in, you know what I'm saying? Got his lunch kit, you know what I mean? Got his notebook, got all his school supply, and you mad than a motherfucker because you ain't got a number 2 motherfucking pencil. You got to steal yours. So now you picking at him. You picking at him. Why? Because you jealous. Because you don't understand what you're looking at. But here's a great father. Now, a great father is going to pour into his son all those mechanics, all that carpentry shit, all those mannerisms. He's going to teach him everything that he know. And if the child is a good pupil, if the child is a good student, because like I said before, your parents are your first teachers. If the child is a good student, he gonna take on all that shit that his daddy and mother is giving him. And when he goes out in public, he's gonna display that. Let me read this here. Let me see. This was me when we moved from Oak Cliff to Cedar Hill, broke in the suburbs. Come on, man. Looking good in the suburbs, shining on the outside and crying in the inside. Yeah, you behind that door, struggling like a motherfucker. I'm talking about that yard, precious manicured, that siding and that brick on that house look good in the motherfucker. But a nigga in that bitch eating serb sandwich. Come on, man. So now this nigga at school and he got his proper conduct on, and you mad and jealous because you can't move like him. You can't even stand like him. You can't even talk to girls like him because you don't understand. You running around acting like your sisters. You running around acting like a whole bitch, and you don't even know you're doing it. Now here's where it get tricky. It's cool to rock around, get right on time, get tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, my nigga. So now you done breeded enough jealousy and envy. Now you want to pick on him. You want to pick on him. So now you start to just nag him a little bit, tease him, try to upstage him in front of the people at school. You want to act bad when company comes. But what you did not anticipate is not only did his daddy teach him all those good qualities, his daddy actually taught him how to fight. Yeah. His daddy taught him how to fight. And his daddy got him on a vigorous physical exercise regimen so he could be stronger. And he work out. He don't just work out, he work out in the yard. And they got property, and they got hot horses, and he have to help build a fence. You dig? Not only is he climbing trees like the regular little boys, and he out there playing rough like the regular little boys, baseball, football, kickball, kick your ass, whatever. He's picking it up. So he got it all. The boy really got an arsenal of game. The boy really got a whole arsenal of game, but he's not displaying it because his daddy has also taught him to be humble and to be poised. So he don't just run around saying, I know how to build a house. I know how to patch a roof. I know how to do plumbing. I know how to kick your ass. I know how to change flats on the bike. I know how to change flats on the tire. He ain't telling nobody all this here shit because he's just a little child. He don't even understand why he possess all these qualities. All he know is my mom and my daddy sure be pouring in me. They got like a spout, like a Kool-Aid jug, and they just pouring in him. And because he a good student, he got his mouth open. Yeah, he got his mouth open. And he drinking it up. He's soaking it up. And now he walking around with all this completion. He really is the ultimate complete young man that society probably bred back in the day when families was together, but they couldn't have that. They didn't want no motherfucking strong children. That's why they took the strong man. Y'all niggas better open up your fucking ears right now. Come on, man. Let's go. They didn't want no strong man in the household because it would have bred strong children. And it would have bred a strong nation. So what they do, they break up the household. They get the man out of their furs. And they gonna let the woman run that bitch and they give her some government assistance and tell her straight business. You don't need that nigga for nothing. That nigga name can't be on the lease. We'll give you some HUD. We'll give you some HUD. But that nigga name can't be on the lease. And you'll see that as the sitcoms and the movies progress throughout the 60s and the 70s. One movie I like to point out, James Earl Jones played in. I think it was called Claudia. You want to go, listen, you want to go find this movie. This is a side note. You want to go find this movie. It's an earlier 70s movie that James Earl Jones played in. And I think it may have been called Claudia. I'm not for certain. But you want to go find this movie because it shows the depiction of the breakdown of the black household, how the woman was there with multiple kids with no father. And it took James Earl Jones to fall in love with her beautiful, fine ass living in the ghetto with all them damn kids on housing. They show you things in the movie, how the breakdown of the household in the black family was and what it really took. Love can conquer all. Because in the movie, it shows James Earl Jones. Yeah, Claudine. Okay. Me and Bane know what the fuck we talking about. It's either called Claudine or Claudia. But once, you know what I'm saying, he fell in love with her, he started to take on the challenge of putting up with the broken family, with the boys, teaching the girls, and just being the head of the household. Hey, man, it was a hell of a responsibility, and I salute all the stepdaddies. Hey, man, that's another thing. Give me a round of applause for all the stepdaddies out there, man. Yo, hey, man, all the stepdaddy. Hey, man, y'all niggas gave y'all stepdaddy hell. I know we gave my stepdaddy hell. We bust this motherfucking head to the white meat. Come on, man. God forgive me. You know what I mean? But yeah, shit happens. So shout out to all the stepdaddies out there, but check that movie out. So here it is. We back at school. See, you niggas then took a ride with me. We went to the movies. We saluted the stepdaddies, but we still on track. That's how my mind works. So we back at school. And here little such and such, single parent household, he been teasing old, you know what I'm saying, rundown daddy, and gave his son game. But we're a little old single parent household didn't anticipate that rundown taught his son not all these other good qualities, but one of the first things he taught him was to defend himself. So here you got all that jealousy and hate because you was raised fucked up and you don't understand what you're looking at. So now you didn't push him. You didn't. Baddest man touched my hand. You didn't touch that hand first. He didn't told you, I don't want to fight. So what you say? Oh, he a hoe, he don't want to fight. So you going to turn up even more because now you got an audience. Now you think you getting love and popularity when really you stupid. You really stupid. So you still fucking with him. He trying to go to class because he know he not scared of you. He not scared of the teacher. He not scared of the preacher. I mean, the principal. He's scared of his daddy. He's scared of when he get home because his daddy might misinterpret that he was acting bad, that he's going to be disciplined by a man. You understand me, nigga? See, you ain't worrying about being disciplined by a man because when you get home, all you got is a mama and she don't give no fucks. She's smoking on her motherfucking Benson Hedges and drinking up cold beer and wine and talking on the phone with that long ass car, girl, such and such, this and that. Got her mind on everything but getting that household together because she getting some assistance. She comfortable. Bitch really ain't got shit. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so when you go home, shit, that shit gonna be swept under the rug. But when he go home, he might get whooped with a whole razor strap. He might get whooped with a whole fucking leather belt with some man strength. So he really trying to avoid this bullshit at all costs. But here you go, because the audience is oohing and eyeing and wooing and weeing. You steady fucking with that man. He ain't even put his books down or his lunch. He still got his lunch like this. And you steady fucking with that man. So there it is. He realized, damn, daddy told me to protect myself if I'm ever in this type of situation. So he puts his motherfucking shit down and he get in his fight stance. You jumping around like a whole motherfucking monkey. Come on, nigga. Let's get it, nigga. I've been wanting you. Hey, I hate niggas. I hate when niggas do that. You ever seen like niggas about to fight? You got one bitch ass nigga just jump out who was quiet than a motherfucker for 15 years and then scream, oh, nigga, I've been wanting you. You motherfucking faggot. You've been sitting there for 15 years harboring that motherfucking hate. Now it's time for you to let it out. Yeah, so he tell the kid, yeah, nigga, come on, I've been wanting you. And he run up on that boy with some old unadulterated bitch fighting. And that boy sidestep and weave that shit in two pieces, bitch ass. Bam, bam, knock him on his pussy. This is adrenaline pumping. He think, oh, that's just some lucky shit. He get back up. He running there again, that boy three pieces. Now he got some knots on his head. Now the audience is laughing at his bitch ass. Now he furious. And he runs back up in there. And he get a hell of a combo. And he get embraced by that boy. But he's not embracing him to hug him. He's clenching on to his body with warm embrace to dump him on his motherfucking neck. And now he's mad because you done got him in trouble. Now he done dumped you on your motherfucking neck and you laying down like a wounded motherfucking boy, face down, ass up. And he does what he's supposed to do. He go to kicking you in your ass. You laying on that ground, I'm talking about a terrible wreck. You laying out there in front of the, you hoping somebody break this shit up. So you laying on that motherfucking ground, a terrible wreck. And this nigga is kicking you in your ass the way you deserve. Kicking your ass the way your daddy should have, nigga. Nigga beat your ass so good. After the fight, you ask that nigga, is you my dad? After the fight, you wondering, God damn, nigga, put that hammer, you put that hammer on it. Is you my dad? You know what I mean? No, but the bottom line is this, man. We've been dismantled, man. We've been shaken and stirred and thrown out there to get it together. We've been disorientated and told to walk straight. Remember that game we used to play as a kid? We'd spin a person around, get them dizzy, get them drunk, and tell them to go. And then when he go all drunk and woozy, off balance, we laugh at him. Well, that's a light example of what's been done to our people. It's a light example. So even though having good parents and a good father and a good mother is a great thing, in society, it breeds jealousy and envy and hate because it's not common these days. I'm gonna give you one more example. Let me read this first. That shit kick in later in life. I ain't even know how to squab like that. Surprised myself already. Yeah. I had a good little old squab game coming up because I submerged myself into multiple fights because I didn't have a dad to teach me, self-defense or what to do if this happened. And I had life to teach me. I experienced some episodes in my life that told me that I better pick up on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was a handful of episodes that turned me into a very aggressive young man. When I was 12, 13, a nigga about 10 years older than me slapped the shit out of me. He wanted to fight my brother, and he thought this would be the way to smoke him out. So when I was like 12, 13, this grown ass nigga walked up to me and slapped the fuck out. Wow, nigga, tell your brother this and that, this and that. You know what I mean? So episodes like that, episodes dealing with niggas in the hood, faggot niggas trying to molest you and all that type of shit, I learned how to fight back. Dealing with niggas running up on you for no reason, just busting you in your shit. When I was in 6th grade, nigga, I ain't know from day one, didn't know nothing about. I'm coming straight from elementary, so I didn't know nothing about high school, middle school rivalries. I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? And I'm walking down the street one day with one of my partners, RIP, and 2 niggas run up on me, and my partner just run out. He run. He take out running full speed like it was a movie. And he was like, man, run. And I'm like, run for what? Nigga, I remember this day. I got on Dollar General jogging pants. I got on Payless tennis shoes. Nigga, listen, nigga, I'm so out there so bad. Nigga, I got on some yellow jogging pants from Dollar General. And I got on some fucking red boat shoes. Nigga, come on, man. I'm a kid. I don't know shit. I just came from elementary school. Barely made it. Teacher passed me because I cried. Please let me go. Yeah. So I'm walking down the street and I got a fucking high school bag though. That was the fucked up shit. My brother had stole a high school track bag from the coach. He had a starter pistol in that hole. I didn't even know that till later. He had a whole fucking starter pistol in the bag under this deal, but I didn't know it. Like I thought I found a gun, but it was a starter pistol. I could have pulled it out, but I wasn't thinking. I was a kid. So my partner took out running, boom, you know what I mean? And then these niggas walk up on me, and this real dark-skinned big nigga, he walk up on me and shit. And that nigga say, you go to TJ, the school's called TJ. I said, nah, I go to Edison. Why? What school you go to? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm making a friend. Come on, man. Nigga was naive than a bitch. And nigga say, don't matter. And nigga say, how you know Harry? Yeah, Harry, R.I.P. Harry, he died. He was a cool nigga, but he was a jokester. He got killed. He got killed on BJ's, the Star was telling y'all about. But yeah, so he like, how you know Harry? I'm like, he my classmate. Huh? We go to school together. I think he's like in the grade higher than me. I was coming to his house. I was going to get some shoes, and I was going to get him some pants to wear to the nigga. Just 2 pieces. Bop, bop. Nigga hit me in the corner of my head and in my motherfucking jaw. When he hit me in my jaw, my head turned like that. And that nigga caught me in the corner of my head. Bow! When he hit me in the corner of my head, this here shit gonna sound like a lie, but I'm telling you, nigga. That nigga hit me in the corner of my head, nigga, and piss shot out my dick, nigga. I couldn't even control, nigga. I don't know how that shit happened. That nigga hit me. Bow! Nigga, I pissed on myself. God damn! Man, what the fuck? I'm like them white boys caught in the situation. What the fuck was that for? Nigga like, bitch ass nigga, don't let me catch you around here, nigga, this and that. I don't even understand why this shit happening. They both surround me like they finna jump me now, so I drop my little bag and I ain't got that. I don't know. I'm finna try to do something. And thank God, nigga. If any nigga see this and this you, nigga work for the city of Port Arthur on the garbage trucks. That's back in the day when niggas used to stand on the side of the garbage truck and slang garbage. A nigga pulled up. He was older, but he was tiny. He was small, but he was older. And he pulled up, and the two niggas, one of them was way bigger than me. He was muscular than the motherfucker. I was thin in the bitch. The other one, he was kind of short. The other one was pussy. He didn't want to get too close to me. He was acting like he wanted to. Well, I ain't never got to see him again. If I ever would have seen him again, I would have mowed his motherfucking ass down. But I remember this face, little ugly bitch ass nigga. Hey, still to this day, I smashed that hoe. But nah, fuck that. That was kid shit. So the nigga jumped off the garbage truck and got in front of me like, hey man, y'all bitch ass nigga gonna leave this kid alone, man. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man. Come on, little homie. And that nigga walked me like, man, where you stay, man? I said, man, I stay way over here in the 2600 block. He like, come on, man. He said, man, who you kin to? I told him my brother. He like, man, I know your motherfucking brother, man. I ought to go get that nigga. I say, man, whatever. This shit. Just keep walking me in the arms of the angel. Just keep walking me in the arms of the angel, man. and shit, I went home, but it was fucked up because when I got home, my mama whooped my ass too because I bypassed my house to go to that nigga Harry house to get some fucking clothes that didn't even exist because we used to swap it out. Yeah, we used to swap it out. Nigga lied, told me he got some Genera boots or pants and I got some shit. I'm gonna let him wear my shit and he, all that old hoe ass shit. But later on in life, I got to see the homie, right? The nigga who two-piece, I got to see him. Now by this time, I'm 6'2", 6'3". I done had about 100 fights all the way from here to there, niggas from this and that. I slap niggas. Hey, I'm disrespectful. I'm disrespectful. I start the fight by slapping a nigga. Wow, bitch ass nigga, you know what I mean? That's how drunk I am at the time. Yeah, I'm wild and a motherfucker. And just so happened, man, homie was walking down the street in front of my house. Nigga ain't know where he was. I got a whole porch. We had this big ass porch. It was screened in with this dark screen. And it was probably like 10 foot long and shit. Maybe about 5, 6, 7 wide. Big ass porch where a bunch of niggas could sit. And we used to be sitting on that bitch smoking and drinking. And I got about 5, 6 of my niggas sitting on that porch. And all we doing is getting our head bad. We drinking 40s, smoking blunts, talking shit. And here this nigga come walking up the street. Man, I told them niggas, man, I've been wanting to get this nigga here for years, man. Come on, man. I say, man, I done got a gift from the gods. This nigga done landed right in front of my motherfucking house. And boy, I told them niggas, I said, look, I'm gonna go out there. When I start getting on his ass, then y'all niggas come on. And we gonna stump a mud hole in this motherfucking ass. And I said, say, homie. I spoke to him before he saw me. I say, homie, hold up, let me holler at you. And nigga like, what's up? Now he vulnerable and shit. He vulnerable in the bitch. He think it's friendly. He like me. He a deer caught in the headlights. Then I came off the porch kind of swiftly, shirt off. I run up on him. As soon as I get up on him, he like, hey man, say man. I know what this about, man. I know what this about. That nigga said, I was wrong, man. I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that to you. He said, but man, I found Jesus. I'm a different man. I know God. And I apologize. I'm sorry, man. I was wrong to you. I apologize. He said, but I don't move like that no more. I don't walk in life like that no more. He said, but I understand if you want to get your revenge. told that man to go on about his business. As much as I wanted to, as much as I felt like here's my chance, and the odds was against him. See, this is something he don't even know. He don't know that it was 6 more niggas on that porch. He don't know that one of them. He don't know that 3 of them niggas was trigger happy in a bitch. He don't know all I had to do was swinging and they all was coming. But he was telling the truth. I seen him multiple times after that. He was very kind. He was very humble. He a gorilla. He a gorilla. He a ape. He a ape. Oh. He really a ape. He a PA motherfucking gorilla. But something happened to him in between that time when I was in the 6th grade to now I'm about in the 9th grade, 10th grade. Well, I didn't make it to the 10th grade. I didn't make it to the 10th grade, unfortunately. I made it to the 8th grade twice, and I made it to the 9th grade 2, 3, 4 times. 3, 4 titties. Yeah, nigga, 3, 4 titties. Nigga, I couldn't get it, man. Nigga, I couldn't get out of there. I got stuck in quicksand when I got in there. They switched it when I got in there. They switched it. No. So that man told me he changed his life and God in his life. And if I just have to get him, he understand. But God touched me and told me, leave that boy alone. God touched me and told me, leave that boy alone. And I didn't cause no kind of harm to that man. I allowed him to pursue in life. And I seen him multiple times after that. He always spoke. I nodded my head. And as we became grown men, this conversation was buried. This conversation was never really brought up. I may have mentioned it here online one day. This conversation came back full circle just 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine told me he was going to engage with an individual. And the individual happened to be the homie. And I told my homeboy about it. Because see, me and my homeboy know the same people, right? But his stories about knowing certain people and my stories are totally different. He always say, yeah, I know them, man, they cool. I always say, I went to war with them niggas. And he always say, man, I ain't know that. And I always say, shit, yeah, what it is. You know what I mean? It ain't like I got hate for niggas. It just, a lot of niggas used to play games and we was on that shit. We was on that type of time. But yeah, back to what I was talking about, sir. Basically, the envy and the jealousy and hate from the dynamic of having the 2-parent household. And my example I was going to give you earlier to let you know my fucking brain does really work. I ain't on that little beady ass pill, so my brain works good in the motherfucker. So here's the other dynamic where the jealousy really comes into play. Now you at school with them donated school clothes, this and that, and you see the homie come to school well dressed. Not only is he well dressed, he got on the latest tennis shoes, and they clean in a motherfucker. You jealous than a bitch, because you don't even know the mathematics on how to get you a pair of these motherfuckers. You've only seen these hoes in the East Bay. I can only imagine. Yeah, nigga, you been staring at that page so long. Look like a Playboy book. Look like you been jacking off on that bitch. It's really drool. Nigga, you really drooling on that page. Wishing you had some of them big Nikes and all of those shit, nigga. It's really pages stuck together because you've been crying on them. You not only been drooling on them bitches, you been crying on the motherfucker looking at that East Bay. Huh? Nigga used to get the East Bay book and be lying like a motherfucker. Nigga get the East Bay book and bring that. You want some favors? You want to be popular? Get that motherfucking East Bay book and go to Circle and shit out that hoe and bring it to the hood and tell niggas your mama say you gonna get that. Nigga, you can run that shit all summer long. Nigga, when school starts, my mama gonna give me these, and I'm gonna get these, and I'm gonna get these. Watch. It's all you gotta do. All summer long. I'm talking about you'll get favor in the hood. Nigga buy you cool cups. Nigga befriend you. Nigga even protect you. You go to school. You go to the hood line talking about this gonna be your potential school shoe. So now you at school and you looking at his foots, and his foot's looking good because he got that shit that you was circling in the East Bay line talking about you was gonna get. He got that shit. But you jealous and you hating. You jealous. You don't even want to try to understand how he got that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you have a conversation with him. And you say, what you did all summer? He say, I worked. You be like, all you did all summer was fuck off and play and this and that. Man, that look like my homeboy. That ain't him. That'd be crazy if that was my homeboy. I ain't saying that ain't him. But yeah. So all summer long, all you did was fuck off and bullshit with them other little bastard ass kids and shit. You ain't doing motherfucking thing. Now he telling you straight business all summer long. He been working. Then you ask him the ultimate question that you've been wanting to ask him. How you got them shoes? You want to know because you can't even figure it out because you know goddamn well you can't go ask your mama to break herself and buy just you. Nigga, if your mama bought them shoes, nigga, you and your siblings would have to wear them motherfuckers. So you don't even know the dynamics of how that nigga got them shoes. So you ask that nigga the ultimate question. How you got them shoes? And he tells you, I told you I was working on something. You don't even know what he means. Then he tell you his daddy had a carpentry company, or his daddy did plumbing on the side, or his daddy had a lawn service on the side, or electricity, or being an electrician, or air conditioner, or whatever. His daddy had some kind of skill. So instead of letting his son run amok all summer fucking off, he took his son and put him in a system and taught him how to do as much as he could at his age, and he paid him a wage. Therefore, when that boy looked in that East Bay book and he said, I want these, he went in his own pocket and bought them damn shoes. You follow? So that's the dynamics of the single parent household, the two parents, the good father. Man, we've been thrown, shaken, and stirred and shook like dice and just set free. So we have to be still amongst one another, and we have to understand one another and love each other. Because in understanding and love, there will become more of an understanding. If you take your time to understand somebody, you would have more of an understanding. And that can bridge a gap. Don't be shamed if you learn something from somebody who might be the same age as you or even younger than you. Be shamed if you out there following the blind, leading the blind. Nobody poured into them. They pouring in each other. And they pouring jungle juice in each other. And it ain't shit. So yeah, that's my little spiel, man. I thought I'd get it to y'all because I was thinking back when shit, I seen one of my partners. I was him. I was the nigga I was talking about. Nah, I ain't get my ass kicked like that, but I'm just saying. I seen one of my partners, man, that come to school clean as a bitch. 501, brand new motherfucking Nikes, this and that. Adidas, nigga, cleaning the hoe. And I'm thinking, nigga, your parents just be splurging on you. Nigga, you spoiled. And the nigga told me straight up, nigga, I worked all summer long, nigga. Nigga said I worked all summer long to buy my school clothes. And salute to that nigga. That nigga inspired this story years later. He inspired this dynamic years later. Salute to that nigga. Because even still to this day, that nigga is a hell of a businessman and always been one his whole motherfucking life. And a lot of niggas didn't understand him. But what they don't know is he had good parents. He had a good father who put his ass to work every summer, who taught him the value of if you want something, nigga, you work for it and you go get it. And that nigga grew up to be a hell of a motherfucking hustler. He probably don't even watch his old homeboy shit. But if he watched this here shit, he'd know this nigga talking about me. Come on, man. Yeah, he's a lead. Yeah, man. Get in that fruit basket with you now. Yeah. I don't want y'all thinking there's no never mind. It's real shit. This ain't no motherfucking props. I be eating this shit. Yeah. I be eating this shit. But yeah, I just wanted to hang out with y'all because I know these boys gonna take a long time unload me. But I ain't gonna let y'all eat up all my time. I'm finna give me a nap. Fuck, you talking about shit. Talking about sleeping on the job. Oh yeah, cause that's one part of the job I like. That's one part of the job I don't like. I like going to sleep and make that money. Come on, man. Hey, and check it out. When I wake up, because I made enough off of this load, I'm going home. Yeah, because I made enough off this load I'm gonna go to sleep. And when I wake up, I'm going home. Fuck you mean? Nigga, that's good shit, boy. Any nigga will want this job. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Thank you for coming. But it's about my bedtime.